Tim, one of the areas you are most passionate about is that of the executive pastor or the executive director. I know in some churches that's a position for a pastor, in others it's filled with a layperson. You seem to approach it similarly for this group. I know that it's an area we're doing a lot of work together in. We're partnering with you in your ongoing cohort group. We've got 75 pastors that meet once a month. We've partnered with you with XP gatherings on the East and the West Coast. I know you lead an XP group of some of the very, very largest churches in America. And we're working with you to bring cohorts together at the denominational levels in a variety of settings. So tell us why it is so important to you personally to invest in the executive pastor, executive leader role.
I mean, part of the reason it's so important is it's the chair I sat in for so many years, for 20 years at Granger, and for 4 years at Willow Creek, and so I totally get that level. It's a second chair seat. So churches call it 1,000 different names and titles. I use executive pastor kind of as the catch-all title, but
Yeah.
it's anyone who sits in that second chair level below a senior or lead pastor. This happens a ton where it's like, hey, I'm the worship pastor, but I'm also on the executive team, and I have these responsibilities for the whole church. Or I lead the groups or the discipleship area, and I also lead at the executive level. But I think there's responsibility that they carry, and there's things that we are able to dive into with people that are specific to that level. One is that relationship between the senior minister, senior pastor, and themselves, and like how to navigate that. So how to lead up. The person at that level will be leading kind of all of the staff below them, kind of direct report up to them, and then they're the direct report to the senior pastor, and that can be a heavy weight to bear,
Mhm.
where you're kind of running interference both directions, and you're trying to navigate that, and you're trying to do it with integrity, and you're trying not to manipulate, and you're trying to communicate well the heart of the senior pastor to the rest of the staff. You're also sometimes diffusing their energy when they're like, when they come in on Monday morning and they're like, what happened Sunday morning to the whatever, you're like, okay, let me figure that out for you. Let me help you with that. So you're trying to diffuse some of that energy and solve problems, but it's a very unique position to sit in. And so I've just found that those folks love to be able to kind of network together because
Mhm.
they're trying to solve some of the same problem. And sometimes it's very tactical. It's like, hey, health insurance, whatever has changed. What are you guys doing related to specifically your health insurance plans for your staff? So some of it's very tactical, but a lot of it is not. A lot of it is just like, how do I handle this? I've got a toxic staff member that I think I need to fire. The problem is, their dad is the chair of our board.
Mhm.
It's very real issues and things that they're dealing with that a lot of at other levels of staff don't have to deal with. And so love to get them together in a room or on a Zoom call, and be able to drill down on a specific topic and just say, hey, let's find the wisdom in the room